Sustainable Development by Group 2.
This is for educational use only. Our group is allowing our professor, Mr. Roldan Ardines, to use this as an educational material.
Good day everyone. My name is Engine Cadet Abanngan Jr. My topic is about differentiate stability from sustainability. So stability. So in the articulate models, stability often refers to the ability of system, economies, or societies to maintain a state of equilibrium or the balance in the short term. So it focuses on the resilience of systems to internal shocks and fluctuation. So the role of stability in the articulate model is crucial for the for ensuring the smooth functioning of systems and what we call this economies, reducing volatility and preventing abrupt disruptions that can hinder progress towards sustainable development goals. So in the other hand, sustainability in the articulate models, it refers to the long-term capacity of a system, economies, or societies to meet present needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So it encompasses environmental, social, and economic dimensions. So the role of sustainability and the foundational principles in the articulate models of global sustainable development, so guiding policies and actions towards balancing economic growth, social equity, and environmental protections to ensure intergenerational well-being. So we go deeper to the examples of stability. Economic stability in the context of articulate models may involving maintaining steady growth rates, low inflation, and stable employment levels to support sustainable economic developments. So that is examples of stability. So examples of sustainability. So environmental sustainability in the articulate models involves practices that promotes resources conservation, biodiversity protections, and climate change mitigation to safeguard ecosystems and support future generation. So this is the example of what we call this sustainability. So that's all my topic.
Good day everyone, I am Engine Cadet Callego, and my topic is all about articulate model of global sustainable development. So I have 5 models. First is 3 pillars model. So for me is a balanced economic growth, social equality, and environmental factors of protections. So these are the example of 3 pillars model. First, building a new factory must consider its economic benefits, social implication for workers, and environmental impact. So the second is donut economic models. Ensure social needs are met within planetary boundaries. For example, ensuring everyone has access to food, water, and shelter while staying with the ecological limits of the planet. And the third one is planetary boundaries framework. So it identifies environmental limits to avoid irreversible damage. Example, it recognizing the boundaries for things like greenhouse gas emission to avoid catastrophic climate change. The fourth one is Human Development Index. It measures development through health, education, and standard of living. For example, it measures a country developed based on life expectancy, education, and per capita income. And the last one is Sustainable Development Goals. There are interconnected global objective for sustainable development. For example, it addressing issues like poverty, inequality, and climate change uh, to ensure better future for all. And that's it.
History of Sustainable Development Goal. The Sustainable Development Goals are a set of 17 global objectives adopted by United Nations in 2015 as part of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. They aim to address various social, economic, and environmental challenges, building upon previous international efforts. The goal covers areas such as poverty, health, education, gender equality, cleaner energy, climate action, and more. They provide a universal framework for countries and stakeholders to work together towards sustainable, equitable future by 2030. About this, the history of the Sustainable Development Goals can be traced back in the Millennium Development Goals (MDGs), which were a set of 8 international development goals established in 2000 to tackle poverty, hunger, disease, gender inequality, and other issues. By 2015, the MDG made significant progress but also highlighting the need for broader and more comprehensive approach to global development. In 2012, at United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development, member stated recognized the need for a new set of goals to address sustainable development in a holistic manner. This led to establishment of an open work group on sustainable development goals, which consisted 70 member states and was tasked with developing a proposal for the SDG.
History of Sustainable Development Goals. The Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, were born at the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development in Rio de Janeiro in 2012. The objective was to produce a set of universal goals that meet the urgent environmental, political, and economic challenges facing our world. The founder of SDGs is United Nations and established year 2015. The initial concept of sustainable development was introduced in 1972 and was well embraced as a vision recognizing the interconnectedness of social, economic, and environmental issues. The post-2015 development agenda was a process from 2012 to 2015 led by the United Nations to define the future global development framework that would succeed the Millennium Development Goals. The SDGs were developed to succeed the Millennium Development Goals, which ended in 2015. They were created with the aim of peace and prosperity for people and planet while tackling climate change and working to preserve oceans and forests. The Sustainable Development Goals highlight the connections between the environmental, social, and economic aspects of sustainable development. Sustainability is at the center of the SDGs. Their mission is to share blueprint for peace and prosperity for people and the planet. Now and into the future, they created 17 World Sustainable Development. On January 1st, 2016, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development adopted by world leaders in September 2015 at an historic UN summit officially came into force.
Good day, everyone, and I am Injet Cadet Baya, and I'm gonna talk about the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of UN. So, first is no poverty, and they will end poverty in all its forms everywhere and anywhere. So, second is zero hunger, end hunger or achieve food security and improved nutrition. And they promote sustainable agriculture. Third is good health and well-being. Um, ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. Fourth is quality education, and they ensure inclusive and equitable quality when it comes to education, and promote lifelong learning. Promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Then fifth is gender equality. They will achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. Sixth is clean water and sanitation. They ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all.
Good evening, everyone. I am Engine Cadet Requina, and my topic is all about the Sustainable Development Goals. So, as we can see, we have a sustainable goals, which is the affordable and clean energy. This goal not only emphasizes providing access to energy, but also underscores the importance of ensuring the production and consumptions of the environmental friendly sustainable. Next is the decent work and economic growth. Beyond simply creating jobs, Goal 8 emphasizes the quality and sustainability of employment opportunities. Decent works involves ensuring fair wages, safe working conditions, and opportunities for career advancement. Next is we have the industry, innovation, and infrastructure. So, Goal 9 acknowledges the pivotal role of infrastructure of innovation in driving economic development and promoting sustainable industrialization. So, investment in infrastructures such as roads, railways, ports, energy streams are essentials connecting to people, goods, and services. Next, we have the reduced inequality. So these goals addresses the systematic inequalities that persist within among countries, undermining the social cohesion and economic prosperity. It calls for targeted policies and interventions to reduce the disparities of income, wealth, and opportunity, to ensure that all individuals have access to essential services equally, such as education and healthcare and social protection. Next is we have the sustainable cities and communities. So it recognizes the urbanization is a defining trend of the first century. So with more than half of the world's population now living in cities, sustainable urban development is essential for addressing a range of interconnected challenges, including poverty, inequality, environment, irrigation, and climate change. Next, we have the responsible consumptions of production. So it focuses on ensuring sustainable consumptions and production patterns. It addresses the environment impacts of consumption depletion and waste generation. Next, we have the climate action. So these goals take urgent actions to combat climate change and its impact. So next is we have the life bill of water. So we need to conserve and sustainably use the ocean, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. Next is we have the life on land. So we protect, we restore, we promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystem, sustainably manage forests, combat desertification. Next is we have the peace, justice, and strong institutions. So we promote peaceful and exclusive societies for sustainable development. Next is we have the partnership for the goals. We have to strengthen the means of implementation and stabilize the global partnership for sustainable development. Lastly, these goals are connected, and addressing one often involves tackling issues more comprehensively. So it is crucial approach to sustainable development, aiming to leave no one behind while protecting the planet.
So the next is climate action. So take urgent action to combat climate change and its impact. So the key targets of the climate action is strengthen resilience and adaptive capacity to climate-related hazards. So next is integrated climate change measures into national policies, strategies, and planning. And improving education, awareness, and human and institutional capacity on climate change mitigation, adaptation, impact reduction, and early warning. So the next is life below water. So this number 14 is conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas, and marine resources. So prevent and significantly reduce marine pollution, sustainably manage and protect marine and coastal ecosystems, and minimize and address the impacts of ocean acidification, and regulate fishing and overfishing, illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. So the next is life on land. So this number 15 is to protect life on land. So protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystems. So combat desertification, restore degraded land and soil, and ensure the conservation of mountain ecosystem, and halt biodiversity loss and protect endangered species. So the next is peace, justice, and strong institutions. So this is number 16. Peace, justice, and strong institution is to promote peaceful and inclusive societies for sustainable development. So reduce all forms of violence and related death rates and abuse, exploitation, trafficking, and all forms of violence against children, and promote the rule of law and ensure equal access to justice for all, and develop effective, accountable, and transparent institutions. So the last is partnerships for the goals. So this is the important. This is number 17, the partnerships for the goals. So strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnership and sustainable development. So enhance global microeconomic stability. So enhance the global partnerships for sustainable development complemented by multi-stakeholder partnerships, and encourage and promote effective public, private, and civil society partnerships. So increase the ability of high quality, timely, and reliable data. So that's all.
So my topic is, what is the meaning of Sustainable Development Goals? So the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, are a collection of 17 global goals set by the United Nations General Assembly in 2015. So these goals are designed to be a blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all by addressing present global challenges, including poverty, inequality, climate change, environmental degradation, peace, and justice. So the SDGs, or the Sustainable Development Goals, aims to promote economic prosperity, social inclusion, and environmental sustainability, with the overarching goals of ensuring a better quality of life for present and future generations.
My name is Rishathaim A, Quinalayo, and my topic is, what is the most important sustainable goal? So, for me, I have two most important sustainable goal. One is clean water and sanitation. Second is no hunger. So, I'm going to explain to you why is it important to me. So, clean water and sanitation, goal 6. It is crucial because access to clean water is essential for human survival, health, and development. Without clean water, people are at risk of waterborne diseases, malnutrition, and inadequate sanitation facilities can lead to further health problems. Additionally, lack of access to clean water can hinder education and economic opportunities, particularly for women and children who often bear the responsibility of fetching water. Second is no hunger. So, addressing hunger, goal 2, is also paramount as it affects millions of people worldwide and has far-reaching consequences on health, education, and economic development. Hunger and malnutrition only cause immediate suffering, but also have long-term impacts on physical and cognitive development, perpetuating cycle of poverty. So, these both goals are critical for achieving sustainable development because they are interconnected with other goals, such as health, education, and economic growth. Without addressing these basic needs, it's challenging to make progress in other areas of sustainable development. I have to add it, without food and water, human human survival would be severely threatened, leading to widespread suffering and loss of life. Malnutrition, starvation, and dehydration would weaken individuals, making them more susceptible to disease and reducing their ability to function effectively. Communities and societies would face destabilization as people compete for dwindling resources, potentially leading to conflicts over food and water. The lack of access to these basic necessities would hinder economic development and perpetuate cycle of poverty. As individuals, struggles to meet their most fundamental needs, addressing food and water security is crucial for ensuring the well-being and stability of population and worldwide. That is all. Thank you.